So we are generalizing this as fy of phi is equal to fx of x dx dy. And this is the example. Similarly, if we take this y is equal to x square example, I think we already done it. Now we use this relation and try to find it. So here y is equal to x square, that is g of x. So what is dy dx? 2x. But y minus x square equal to 0 has the two roots, two real roots. What are those? Implies x1 is equal to under root y and x2 is equal to under root minus under root. So what this indicates, see, in the previous case we have only one root. So we evaluated that at 1 by, but now we have two roots at two different values, right? That is x1, x2. Then add up those two. Then what is fy of y? Fy of y is equal to fx of x dx. Fx of x1 into dx dy at x equivalent to x1. I do one thing, I write on the another slide. That is, we can write fy of y as sigma I equivalent to 1 to 2 f of xi dx dy is a modulus at x equivalent to x. Therefore, what you will get? F of x1 into modulus of dx dy at x equivalent to x1 plus f of x2. This is dx dy. See, dx dy is same, but the root is different. Therefore, f of this fx. What is fx of, what is x1? x1 is root y into dx dy. We already know dy dx. dy dx is 2x. So it is 1 by 2x. But what is x? X equivalent to x1. That is 2 root y. Understood? Plus fx of x2 is minus root y, and this one. So here we have modulus of that minus 1 by 2 root understood. Have we got the same result as we obtained in the previous case? That is the difference. Both the procedures are correct, but this is the more generalized one. Here we completely related, we have derived an expression for the relationship between fy of y and fx of x. Therefore, in the case of that y equivalent to x square, so fy of y is equivalent to fx of root y 1 by 2 root y plus fx of minus root y 1 by 2. We take this example, y equivalent to x cube to 3x, dy dx is 3x. Then what is x? See here we have to consider two different cases. One is x, y. Is it right? Because it is an odd function, it is passing through Rz. As a first case, I let y is greater than 0. So corresponding to this, we have a single value of x. Let this as xr. And now we can tell why I have written it as xr. If you observe this, what this x-axis indicates? Values that are taken by the random variable capital X. We know that it is the mapping between the sample points and the real axis. Therefore, this small x, that is the x-axis, is the real axis. Similarly, y is also the real axis. If you consider this equation y minus x cube equivalent to 0, it may have the imaginary roots, but we concentrate only on the real roots. The only real root when y is greater than 0 is how much? What is the real root? Real root of this. Real root of this expression when y is greater than 0. So y is greater than 0 indicates it is above the x-axis. So when y is greater than 0, corresponding to one value of y, we have a single value of x. But if you see the x square problem is different. Is it right? If you let this is y, corresponding to a single value of y, we have two different values of x. But in this case, corresponding to a single value of y, we have only one value of x. So then the only real root of this equation y minus x cube equivalent to 0 when y is greater than 0 is given by how much? X equivalent to y power 1 by 3, and I call this as xr to indicate that it is the only real root of this particular equation y minus x cube equivalent to 0. So this can also be written as x. The subscript r indicates it is the only real root. Therefore, what is fy of y? Fy of y is equivalent to fx of x dx dy modulus at x equivalent to xi. In this case, we have only one root, that is at x equivalent to xr. Therefore, it is fx of, what is xr? Y power 1 by 3 into modulus of dx dy. We already know that y is equivalent to x cube dy dx 3x square 3 into, but what is x in this case? Y power 2 by 2. Therefore, it is 1 by 3 y power minus 2 by 2. Understood that? Therefore, I can write it as 1 by 3 fx of y power 1 by 3 modulus of y power minus. This is for what? This is for y greater than 0. And one more thing, here can I include 0 also? That is above x-axis, as it is a continuous function. You can include 0 also. So therefore, for y greater than or equivalent to 0, this is a density function. So fy of y is equivalent to 1 by 3 fx of y power 1 by 3 and modulus of h. And when y is greater than 0, so you can remove this modulus also. Okay. Is it? Therefore, I can write it as 1 by 3 fx of y power 1 by 3. Well, y is positive. So this is one case. Now come back to this again. If y is negative, so corresponding to some y value, that it is y is less than 0. Again we have some value on the x-axis. Again this x value is real. Is it right? Because it is on the same axis, but its magnitude is different. Of course, magnitude is same, but its sign is different. That's why I write again it as XOR. The difference between this XOR and this XOR is the only difference in sign. The magnitude is same. Okay. So therefore, for y less than 0, only real root of y minus x cube equivalent to 0 is how much? I am calling it as again XOR, but the case is different here. Y less than 0, it has this value y power 1 by 3. Then I write it as, see, the magnitude of the root is same in both the cases. So therefore, I write it as modulus of y by 3. There is the magnitude of the root y power 1 by 3, but its sign is different. If yes, I will proceed. If no, you have to tell the answer. What is the root? See the difference. Okay, we are analyzing the problem from the previous case. In the first case, when y is greater than or equivalent to 0, the only real root is y power 1 by 2. When y is negative, again we have a root. The magnitude of the value of that particular root is same as that of the previous case, but its sign is different. You see the diagram, you can understand. This is the first case root when y is greater than or equivalent to 0. When y is less than 0, now you have to consider the values below the x-axis. So definitely the sign of this particular root is different from that of the sign of this, but its magnitude is same. That's why here I have written it as minus and magnitude of the same value of the previous. Then find fy of y. Therefore, what is fy of y? This will be 1 by 3, you will get again fx of minus mod y power 1 by 3 into modulus of y power minus 2 by 3. This is for y less than. Is it required to add these two? Is it required to add those two? No need. Because this case is different from that of y equivalent x square. In the y equivalent to x square case, for a single value of y, we have two different values of x. But here, for a one value of y, we have one value of x. For y greater than 0 and for y less than 0. So that's why no need of adding the two results. So these two results must be shown separately. Therefore, we summarize the result. So fy of y is equivalent to fx of y power 1 by 3 mod y power 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3. Is it? This is for y greater than or equal to 0. This is for y. Therefore, this is the density function of the random variable y when y is equivalent to. Strictly speaking, this is the case, that is, we can consider it as when y is equivalent to x power n. When n is even, we consider y equivalent to x square. We already done it. And when n is odd, y is equivalent to, for example, x cube. And even means it may be x power 4 also, x power 6, similarly x power 5, 7, and so on.